Today I'm reviewing one last Kubrick film before I move on to other things. Full Metal Jacket confirmed to me why I never, ever, ever want to join the army. As with Kubrick's Paths of Glory, Full Metal Jacket reveals war as completely unglamorous. Act 1 follows a bunch of recruits in boot camp, a demoralizing, exhausting ordeal with grueling training sessions and a cruel, offensive drill sergeant. The new recruits are humiliated and pushed to their limits to become good soldiers. Full Metal Jacket even exposes the hypocrisy of some members of the armed forces. The drill sergeant, R. Lee Ermey, is a God-loving, communist-hating, patriotic American, and yet cites the Kennedy assassination as a good example of what a trained Marine can do with his rifle. The film makes it clear that the Army wants killers, and in the case of Leonard, Vincent D'Onofrio, the training worked too well. An overweight recruit pushed over the edge by the snide cruelty of the drill sergeant and those around him, Leonard adopts the 1,000-yard stare of those who have, quote, been in the shit for too long, and he hasn't even been to war yet. At night, Leonard murders the sergeant in a moment of madness, then turns his rifle on himself. The second and third acts take place in and around the Tet Offensive in the Vietnam War. Ironically, the people in the front lines are nicer and more respectful than those in the boot camp, but the experience of real war is even more horrific. Friends are murdered painfully and without warning, and the risk of death is inescapable. On top of that, some twisted soldiers gun down women and children and commit other atrocities unrestrained. Even Private Joker, Matthew Modine, who joined the army to become the first kid on the block to get a confirmed kill, wears a peace symbol on his uniform and very reluctantly shoots a downed sniper to put her out of her misery. The death scenes are bloody but also emotional, as Kubrick took the time to flesh out his characters and establish their relationships with Joker. When Cowboy is shot, we are genuinely saddened by the death of Joker's friend. The film has many elaborate panning shots, bleak set pieces in bombed-out villages, and excellent pyrotechnic work. The action scenes are frenetic, tense, and feel like a real war zone. War movies don't interest me as much as drama, science fiction, or horror, but Full Metal Jacket is still a compelling, exciting movie with an unflinchingly honest stance on war. Boot camp is humiliating torture, and actual service in Vietnam is a noisy, life-threatening nightmare. Full Metal Jacket, like All Quiet on the Western Front 50 years before, illuminates the harsh, brutal reality of war. On its merits as a war film, Full Metal Jacket earns 4.5 stars, but since it didn't interest me as much as Kubrick's other films, I would personally give the film 4 stars. Also, there were a couple of annoying pop songs, and the Mickey Mouse ending felt abrupt without resolving much. Balancing out the ratings gives Full Metal Jacket a final score of 4.25 stars out of 5. Thank you for watching. Cheers.